What up, YouTube? It's your boy Atruckernamedjay checking in, man. We are on our way back to work. Today is Thursday. We didn't go to work yesterday because we didn't have equipment to drive. So if you watch the live feed that I took down, then obviously you know what was going on. You know, my truck being broke down again, and you know, me being not too happy about it, feeling like I was being blamed. You know, just me venting for like an hour up on that thing, and you know, and it was just a lot going on. So what happened on yesterday was I was instructed to give my terminal manager a call about 8 o'clock. So I did. So I called him at 8 o'clock, and we had about I'd say probably about a 30-minute conversation. I wish I could have. Part of me wish I could have recorded it. The other part of me wish I'm glad I didn't, because I do feel like a lot of progress was made in that phone call, and a lot of truths were revealed. So after the conclusion of that phone call, man, I came to the understanding that as far as the seals on the PTO being burnt out, that it was, I would say, 75% my fault, 25% the company's fault. Allow me to explain. So apparently, with a PTO, and this is for anybody who may be looking to come haul any type of freight, that you gotta have a PTO, which is a power takeoff, which is used to run a conveyor belt that's on the trailer. The PTO is on the truck. It runs the conveyor belt that's on a trailer and runs off whatever it is that you're hauling on that particular trailer, whether it's trash, ash, shit, whatever. So when you run that PTO, you're not supposed to idle the engine high. PTOs are only built, well, the ones on these trucks are only built to idle. Look at MBI right there. That's crazy. He came in stupid early. But PTOs are only built to idle at about 1,200 RPMs. I did not know this. Now, you know, I have to take, I guess, some responsibility for it. But, you know, I'm not taking all the responsibility for that shit. I mean, I can't, you know, I mean, I just can't sit here and mentally take the full blame for something I just didn't know. Also didn't know that you're supposed to set the cruise control when you run your PTO. You're supposed to, you know, once you, you know, take it out of gear, I guess once you stop, you're supposed to take it out of gear, put it back in gear to get the, I guess, the transmission to stop spinning. Take it back out of gear, then run your PTO, put it on cruise at about 1,100 RPMs, and just let it run like that. I was never taught that. And that's not me trying to be in the dick. Like I said, I'm still taking full responsibility. Well, not full responsibility, but 75% responsibility for, you know, as far as this particular issue with the PTO. But at the same time, it's just like, I just didn't know. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. I just did not know. I was not educated. When I was put in ash, what happened was I went one Saturday, and I basically shadowed a gentleman, and he gave me the basic instructions, because the gentleman that trained me on ash was a trash driver. But with trash drivers, they also have responsibility to switch into ash on every other Saturday, or when ash is short a driver, or for whatever reason. So they're trained as a precautionary type situation. So the guy who trained me, or who I shadowed, because it was only one day and it was only for like an hour or two, again, not making excuses, just giving you the reality of the situation. The guy who trained me, he wasn't an ash driver, you know, so it may be some things he did not know. or he just didn't like, or I don't know. I'm just telling you what happened. You delegate with it as you will. I apologize if the sunlight is in the camera, I'm looking all crazy. I'm not really too interested in the graphics of this video. I'm just more so interested in explaining the story to you. So the other reason why I don't take 75%, I don't take the full responsibility of this truck is the point I made to my terminal manager, which he said, which was the one thing that was going in my favor, which is I've been in Ash for about 3.5 months now. I say about 3 months, probably about June. I started doing it as early as May, rotating in as a trash driver. But as far as a full-time Ash driver, June, July, August, yeah, you're talking about 3 months. Let's call it 3 months altogether. So for at least 2 to 2.5 months, I didn't have any issues. Any issues. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no issue. I mean, I had a little small stuff here and there, tires, and I think one time the antifreeze was leaking. I had a transmission fall out of the truck, and I know that wasn't my problem. Just different things. Problem with trailers. That's when I started learning the ropes. But I haven't had anything major to this extent, this consistently. So, my argument would be, hey, man, I understand what you're saying. The mechanics are saying it's my fault I'm burning up the seals. But I'm not doing anything different than what I've been doing. So, you know what I mean? Like, but, I didn't want to push the argument because I did acknowledge, once he explained to me how the PTO was ran in the correct way in doing it, I already knew that there was guilt to be had on my side, but I also knew in the back of my mind that there had to be some type of guilt on the other side as well. But like I said, I don't feel like chasing the issue. Let's just get it done. Let's move forward and be done with it, man. I'm just trying to get back to a point where I come to work, I'm below the radar, I do my 7 loads, I go home. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to talk to nobody. I don't need to be friends with nobody. I don't need to be cool with nobody. I don't even need to be chit-chatting. I just want to come in, do my loads, and go home. This ain't a type of situation where you make a bunch of friends at work. There's too much going on, man. And when you get frustrated at a place like this and you start venting your frustrations, word travels fast. And there's a lot of guys that's cool with the terminal manager. So it's just like, oh, Jay was saying this, that, and the third, and I don't want to play them type of games, man. Grown men gossip more than grown women. That's a fact. Hell, just look at YouTube. But anyways, back on topic. So, during the conversation, he told me straight up, man. He said, I'm not gonna say specifically who, but it's people that want me out of Ash because of everything that's been going on. But he he's giving me a fair shot because per the information I gave him for being open and honest, he now has a better understanding that I was trained by fire. I was thrown to the wolves, and I just adapted and did what I thought was right to keep up with the other guys. So, at this point, the best conclusion that we could come to was me being retrained, which it should be happening today. Now, if I had my pride, if my pride was, through the roof, and some cats say, nah, man, I ain't getting retrained, man. I've been doing it the way I've been doing it. Ain't been no issue. I could push that issue, but at the end of the day, man, it's like whatever solves the problem, man. At the end of the day, I have a terminal manager who's willing to work with me, whereas other places I may have already been terminated or removed unfairly, I would think, but nonetheless, it would have happened already. And hopefully, with this quote unquote retraining, we can just go ahead and eliminate this me being in the shop damn near every other day. You know what I'm saying? I did explain to him. I said, look, man, sometimes with the PTO, when I go hit that conveyor belt, this load is 54,000 pounds because, of course, you guys want us to haul the heaviest loads because y'all get paid by the ton, where we only get paid by the load. But that's another conversation for another video. So sometimes I got to give it a little gas just to get the damn load moving. Too much weight. And then at that point, he told me, don't do that. Call maintenance, or, You know, he'll try to get them to turn the PTO up and things to that nature. And I'm just like, okay. Like, you know, it's just so hard, man, because if I'm being honest, sometimes it's still a little frustrating, because I know for a fact that I'm not doing anything different than the people around me. The only difference is that their equipment is newer. Therefore, their equipment can handle those things, whereas I got the oldest truck on the yard, so my truck just can't handle it. So in a sense, I'm almost feel like I'm being asked to do a little bit more because of that. But I mean, I guess, man, low man on the totem pole, seniority and all that crap, it's part of being local, man. And, you know, you gotta, you know, you get what you ask for. Somebody made a comment up here and told me, hey man, you make $280 a day, stop complaining. And you know, that's facts. I mean, you know what I mean? I gotta look at both sides of the situation. I make a lot of money where I'm at, or I make a decent amount of money. Fuck that, I make a lot of money. I ain't gonna keep downplaying my situation because everybody else doing what they doing. I make a lot of money as a local company driver with 2.5 years experience. I'm making $1,500 to $1,800 on a regular week. That's a great deal of money. I don't give a fuck who you ask. So, of course, making that much money is going to be some shit that come with it. And right now, I'm just trying to weed through the shit that comes with it. But hopefully, weeding through this shit will make me a better person, make me a better driver, make me more responsible, make me more productive, and make me more safe. So that's where we at, man. I'm not upset. I've calmed down. I've had the conversation need to be had. Whereas, you know, instead of just venting on YouTube or running off at the mouth to other co-workers and, you know, family members at home, I went right to the terminal manager, like, yo, let's talk, what's up? We discussed it. We both put out, you know, our honest opinions, agreed on some things, disagreed on others, and here we are. He's willing to work with me. That's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for, man, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do my best to get better, but at the same time, I would hope that, you know, some things are improved with the company as well. You know, it would be lovely if in a month or 2 or 3 or whatever we could get a newer truck. That would just be love. I'm gonna keep it a buck. In the next year even, I think that would eliminate all this shit for real. But you know, it is what it is, man. This is the situation that has been presented to me. I can either, you know, tuck tail and run from it like I've done so many times before, or I can be a man and deal with it and push through and stick to my plan of trying to be here, you know, as long as I'm trying to be here. So I mean, that's just what it is, man. Just, you know, don't run the PTO over 1,200 RPMs. You know, don't run the PTO while driving, which I won't doing that anyways, but that's just some of the things that he told me. So instead of, you know, rejecting, I just received it. And, you know, just most importantly, just not pick up the bad habits that some of the veteran drivers, no disrespect to them, but just don't pick up some of the bad habits that they have become so accustomed to. Because that seems like a major issue, is that it's just a lot of, you know, old dogs with, you know, old tricks that ain't flying no more, that may have worked with the previous company, but that does not work with this company. But I ain't gonna get into specifics, there ain't no snitch. So he said that's one thing he said, the good thing about me is that I'm younger and I'm newer, so he can kind of mold and train me to be, you know, the driver that is doing it the way that it's supposed to be done. No shots, just facts. So it is what it is, man. We're gonna go in here today. We're gonna keep a positive attitude. We're gonna be open to criticism. You know, we ain't gonna pay that noise no mind from the co-workers, because you know you're gonna hear it. Everybody gonna be asking what's going on, because I mean, you think about it, I work Monday and Tuesday. I didn't work yesterday. I worked today, and then I'm off for the next 3 days. So you already know it's gonna be some noise. Some noise is gonna be made. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna be some noise being made, but it is what it is, man. This is me being as humble and as mature as I possibly can. If they can't accept this, man, you know, let's best believe I may not have acted on anything, but I definitely have did some research on you know, just backup. You got to have a backup, especially when it's getting to this point. You got to have a backup. But I'm definitely, you know, for all those who are used to me again tucking tail and running, I'm doing the best I can to stick around, yo. I promise you I am. God knows I am doing the best I can. So, but that's what it is, man. That's some shit you gonna deal with, man. That's trucking. That's life. Growing up, being a man, deal with your problems. Ain't no sense in crying about it, just dealing with it, I guess. You know what I mean? And then it helps that I worked out yesterday, and, you know, that kind of relieved a lot of stress. So, it is what it is, man. As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. Back to your regularly scheduled YouTube videos. Gone.